Seeing the presence of super soul in every living entity. If somebody is missing out, Lord is not accepting the worship of such a devotee, right? And he is considered to be Prakrit Bhakta or devotee on material platform, which is called Kanishthadhikari. Kanishthadhikaris are called as Prakrit Bhakta. Prakrit matlab material nature. They are on the platform of material worship. They are worshipping the Lord with material intentions, material mindset, material objectives. Right? So if somebody is not seeing other living entities as a residence of Paramatma, Super Soul, then he is considered to be Prakrit Bhakta, ignorant worshipper. And multiple times we are seeing that Lord says, I will not accept his worship. Right? In the previous 22nd verse says, one who worships the deity of Godhead in the temples but does not know that the Supreme Lord as Paramatma is situated in every living entity's heart must be in ignorance and is compared to one who offers oblations into ashes. This expression of offering oblations into ashes comes elsewhere also in Bhagavatam. So what is meant by offering oblations into ashes? When we do Havan, when we do Yajna, we offer ghee, right? So we offer ghee in fire, but once the Yajna is over, fire is doused, totally fire is gone, only ashes remain. Now if you go on pouring ghee in that, on those ashes, it's not going to yield any benefit of Yajna. So like that, it's a wastage of ghee and effort, and it's not going to yield any benefit. Same way, somebody who is not able to see the presence of Super Soul in everybody's heart and is going on worshipping the deity, right? So here it said he is in ignorance and compared to one who offers oblations into ashes. His worship will not yield the desired result. Only his satisfaction that I have offered ghee in Havan Kund, right? Same way his satisfaction that I have worshipped the deity, I have worshipped the Lord. So coming in continuation with that, now here again Lord is stressing on this. A person who is ignorant of my presence in all living entities never pleases me. So what does it translate to, or what does it entail into that we have to see the presence of Super Soul in everyone's heart? In Bhagavad Gita, multiple verses are there that connect with this, relate with this, and they describe the importance of seeing Super Soul in everyone's heart. We have a very famous, very popular verse, Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Samadarshina means he sees everybody with an equal vision. So what is that equal vision? What equality he sees? He sees in everybody's heart. Often devotees mistake as soul, but Prabhupada says he sees in everybody's heart the presence of Super Soul. Right? So, Vidya Vinay Sampanne. Now here Lord Kapila is saying, one who does not see Super Soul in everybody's heart is ignorant. And in Bhagavad Gita, one who sees Super Soul in everybody's heart is Vidya Vinay Sampanne. Right? He is decorated. Sampanna. Sampanna means he is profound with knowledge and humility. A humble sage by the virtue of his knowledge, right, sees with equal vision. Isn't it? Brahmana, Gavi, Hastini, Shuni. All these different varieties, different categories of living entities. Right. So, first point that comes about seeing the Super Soul in everybody's heart is, he does not see their material situation. He sees that everybody is a temple of Super Soul. Everybody's heart is a temple of Super Soul. my worshipable Lord is residing in everybody's heart, he gives due respect to every living entity. This is very important. He gives due respect to every living entity, whatever is due. Right? Say a Brahmana, or Prabhupada explains in the purport that a Brahmana is different from Chandala by caste. Brahmana is full of knowledge, pure, elevated, spiritually elevated. Chandala is lowest of the human population. Right? Dog eaters, unclean, sinful. But still he sees both are parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is present in both the hearts. So how to connect with them, how to relate with them, and how to benefit them spiritually, that is his vision. Right? Whether he's Chandal, or whether it's a dog, whether it's elephant or cow. Cow is considered to be auspicious animal, dog is considered to be a little lower animal. Right? Brahman is considered to be elevated person, Chandal is considered to be a little degraded, low caste person. But all are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. How they have all forgotten Supreme Lord and are struggling, existing in this material world, how to benefit them spiritually. So he sees oneness in everybody, that everybody is part and parcel of Supreme Lord, and my worshipable Lord is in everybody's heart. So because my Lord is sitting in their heart, how can I be enemy to them? Right? When my Lord is sitting, he is accompanying them in their journey. Right? Lord is not enemy to them, then how can I personally develop enemy towards them? So in this way, he sees equality, presence of Lord, and also he sees how I can benefit them spiritually. Right? So he is above material platform. And the same thing is told here. Now very interestingly, Prabhupada explains this verse as, but the devotee who wants to elevate himself to the higher level of understanding must know that the Lord is present in every living entity. And as stated in the previous verse, one should be compassionate to other living entities. So a part of our bhakti, sadhana bhakti, is that not just doing good to oneself, but also doing good to others. Now in 6th chapter, Prabhupada explains this principle very nicely. 6th chapter is Dhyan Yoga. In Dhyan Yoga, after explaining all the procedures, do's and don'ts of Dhyan Yoga, then Lord says, what is the realization? So one of the shlokas that talk about the realization of a yogi, right, who has realized Paramatma and he has understood Paramatma and Krishna are the same. So what is his realization? He is a perfect yogi who, by comparison to his own self, sees true equality of all beings, both in their happiness and distress, O Arjuna. So, perfect yogi, what does he see? True equality of all beings. What is that equality? That Lord is situated in everybody's heart. Everybody is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Now, another aspect comes. By comparison to his own self, right, what is he seeing? Both in their happiness and distress, he is seeing equality. So, in this purport, Prabhupada picks out two very significant points about a devotee who is practicing. First thing Prabhupada says is, by comparison to his own self, what is that? A devotee knows that I was in distress in this material world. This material world is considered to be a place of distress. Samsara davanal, constantly blazing fire is there. In this material world, I was also sada samudvikna dhyam asatgrahat, always anxious, disturbed, perturbed, like that. But when I came to Krishna consciousness, all this trouble, all this anxiety, worry, it became quiet, silent, it became mitigated, and I came to a state of happiness. So my cause of distress is I am forgetful of Krishna. My cause of happiness is I am remembering Krishna. I am connected with Krishna. So he sees true equality. Oh, everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. Why they are all suffering? Because they have forgotten Krishna. They are disconnected from Krishna. So what can be the cause of their happiness? If I reconnect them to Krishna. Right? So in this way, a devotee sees and he acts for welfare of others. So this is the first point, that he sees, I was distressed, I was under so much of material anxiety or whatever it is, disturbance. So same is happening with everybody because they have forgotten their constitutional position, their relationship with Krishna. So devotee endeavors to re-establish people's relationship with Krishna, that is connect them back to Krishna through Krishna consciousness. That is called preaching, distribution of Krishna consciousness or connecting people to the original source, that is Supreme Lord Krishna. Second aspect Prabhupada discusses in the purport is, the yogis, devotee is not selfish like yogis. The yogis, here also Prabhupada is mentioned in this purport. It is not that one should create a temple in his private apartment or private room, offer something to the Lord and then eat. So yogis are like that. They are focused only on their own well-being. Right? They go to a secluded place, practice their yoga, and they want to get liberated or whatever they want. Sometimes they want mystic powers also, but they're selfish. They're focused only on their own well-being and they practice their yoga sadhana in a secluded place, isolated place, away from the masses. Exactly same thing here it is told, that in my private apartment I'll worship the deity, offer, eat and make my own progress. No. Right? So, of course it is better than eating bhoga, Prabhupada says, but a devotee is compassionate towards other living entities. So devotee, he practices in this material world, staying in this material arrangement, and while he is practicing, at the same time he is benefiting others also. He is preaching also. And we know in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Nacha tasmat manusheshu kaschin me priyakritama. One who preaches this knowledge to others, no other devotee is more dear to me than him. Right? So, seeing super soul in everybody's heart and also seeing that everybody is disconnected from that super soul, a devotee feels it as his responsibility. Why he takes up it as a responsibility? Because it is given by the Lord. He doesn't assume that I am the karta dharta or I am the uddharak of everybody. I am the masiha of everybody. No, that's not the mood a devotee carries. He carries the mood that it's a service given to me by the Lord. Janma sarthak kari kar parokar. It's the order by the Lord. So he practices his own sadhana, keeps himself aloof from Maya, protected from Maya, and at the same time he preaches to others also. Right? So now, one question comes up. Very interestingly, Prabhupada raises a question in 5th chapter. Because 5th chapter is Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. Like till now we understand that one has to preach. That is the ideal way. Devotee doing selfishly his own bhakti cannot, and sometimes there will be unfavorable situations to preach. Still a devotee has to take up that trouble. Sometimes devotees get disturbed. I am preaching but nobody is responding, nobody is listening to me, nobody is respecting me or welcoming me. But that's a thankless job a devotee does. Right? We assume that we are Swamijis, so we should be respected, we should be called inside, honored, treated well, we should be listened to. But that's not the assumption Krishna has told. Right? That's not the assumption that Krishna has told us to take up. Brahmachari means he is a beggar on behalf of Guru. Right? We are not Swamijis, we are beggars on behalf of Guru, and that's what we are doing. Even our Acharyas, Prabodhananda Saraswati has very nicely, Dante Trinayanadagam, he has mentioned in a verse that preaching also is begging, that we should go to people, karmi people who are entangled in this material mire, place blade of grass between our teeth, fall down before them and request them, please chant the holy name of Krishna, please take up Krishna consciousness. So what the mood Acharyas have set, what the mood Guru has set, what our role is, actually if you forget that and assume that I am a big Swamiji and I should be respected, then we are only at loss, we are only at fault in identifying ourselves properly. So now, so this is how devotee has to preach even in unfavorable situations, even when result is not there. Now this is also very important. Devotee is not attached to result. This living entity is Krishna's part and parcel. My job is to communicate or convey Krishna's message to him in best possible way. Remaining, it is between Krishna and him whether he takes up Krishna consciousness or not. Lord is sitting in the heart. Whatever I am trying to speak sincerely, right? With my best effort, I am trying to speak something. Lord can take that and convert his heart, or Lord can make him ignore my statements. Either way, whether he is convinced or he is not convinced, it's between him and Lord. My job is not to convert or convince. My job is to communicate properly, sincerely, the pure knowledge I have received from my spiritual master. Right? Rest is between Paramatma and the Jiva, because it's up to Paramatma. We preach, sometimes we don't preach. We stand here, book counter. People come and ask, "Ek Gita de do." Oh, very nice. Do or de do. I'll go and give. And sometimes we spend half an hour convincing somebody why he should take Gita. It doesn't take. Right? And we are speaking exactly what Prabhupada has told, with proper mood, proper analyzing that what best we should speak to this person. Different categories of people come. So we change our strategy of speaking. Like Arjuna, he was facing different kinds of enemies in the battlefield. So he was thinking, which astra should be shot at him? Some ordinary soldier or normal arrow will kill him. Some big soldier, big warrior is there, then I should bring Pashupatastra, Shakti Astra, this Astra. So, but after all this, whether that enemy is killed or not is in Krishna's hands. So same way in our preaching, after putting in all efforts, whether he's convinced or not, right, that is in Krishna's hands. So seeing Paramatma in others' heart is very important. Otherwise we get disturbed and we have distrust. Right? Sometimes the preaching is not for him. The preaching is for us, that after half an hour of effort also nothing has changed in that person. How do you handle this failure? Right? Labh, jaya, ajay. Benefit, labh means profit, or alabh means loss. Jaya means victory, ajay means failure. How are you situated? Sometimes Lord will put us in front of such a person where he will show mirror to us that, and sometimes he'll be very offensive, very rude, very harsh towards us. It will disturb us more. In all these situations, how do we see Paramatma's heart? Paramatma sitting in his heart. Without Paramatma's sanction, nothing can happen. So seeing the presence of Paramatma is very important. Otherwise, we get attached to our success failure and our idea of success failure. So my success is what? That this person didn't get convinced. Still I am undisturbed. With the same mood, I'll go preach to next person, and do my prescribed service, authorized service, assigned service. So this, this principle has to be understood very thoroughly. Then only we can remain undisturbed. Sometimes we go for preaching and success doesn't come. We come back defeated. No, our success and failure is, did I put in my best efforts or not? I did my best or not? Right? So, third chapter, then we'll come to that question that Prabhupada has raised. Our parameter of success and failure. Third chapter, verse number 30. Purport says, this verse clearly indicates the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita. Lord instructs that one has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties as if in military discipline. One has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties. Otherwise, we'll be always disturbed in our duties. Now, what is the verse? Okay, this is the background of the verse. Such an injunction, continuing the purport, such an injunction may make things a little difficult. Nevertheless, duties must be carried out with dependence on Krishna, because that is the constitutional position of the living entity. Right? Now, verse. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, Mai Sarvani Karmani Sanyas Adhyatma Chetasa. Very famous verse, we often come across it. Therefore, Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me. What is meant by surrendering our works to Krishna? Whatever we do it as a service to Krishna, and result is also left to Krishna. Right? So when we see that other in everybody's heart Krishna is there, and by Krishna's sanction, result will come or not. Right? In the same way, we should also remember Krishna is in our heart also. We should pray to Paramatma that I speak properly. Right? By your mercy, by your sanction only, I'll be able to speak properly. So being Krishna conscious from our side in delivering the proper message, and being Krishna conscious from other side that Lord is there and He will take charge, He will take responsibility. So actually whole program is run by Paramatma. Right? That's why Lord says, Nimitta Matra Bhav Savyasachi. I have already killed them in the battlefield. So whom He has killed, He has shown, and very properly names are mentioned. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Ashwathama, Jayadratha, all are getting killed. But there are some who did not get killed also. Kripacharya, Satyaki, Ashwathama was not there. Ashwathama got saved. He went alive from the battle. So, Lord has already decided what will happen. So, what Lord is asking Arjuna to do? Just nimitta matra bhav savyasachi. Be an instrument. Right? Just be an instrument. And why Savyasachi name is mentioned? You are very expert in shooting arrows. So, you shoot arrows. Right? Savyasachi means ambidextrous. Ambidextrous means he can shoot with dexterity with left hand also, and same dexterity with right hand also. Means he can hold bow in this hand also and shoot arrows. He can hold bow in right hand also and shoot arrows with same precision. Right? So that is called Savyasachi. So you are expert in this, you do that. Result, I will decide. So same way now here, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me. Right? So we have to surrender all the works to Krishna. That depending on you, I am doing this duty, and depending on you only result will come. With mind intent on me. Right? So I am doing it for Krishna, not for my elation or demotivation that yes, I did it and now I am very happy. Right? So mind is intent on Krishna, not on personal gratification. This is one point which sometimes the devotees miss out. Their happiness or distress depends on what they feel or what they perceive as success or failure, not on whether I have done my duty properly or not. So devotee's happiness or devotee's parameter of success and failure is whether I have done my duty to the best of my ability and understanding or not. This is the parameter. Because karmanye vadika raste, you have a right to perform your duty. You don't have a right over the results. This is the first basic principle Krishna has taught in 2nd chapter. Right? First principle we miss out. That okay, I have right to do my duty, so I should focus on my duty. I don't have a right over the result. Right? Then why am I attached to the result? That means I am forgetting the presence of Paramatma in the other person's heart, who is controlling the result from coming. Right? So when one sees Paramatma, first thing is he does good to everybody to connect them back to Paramatma or the Supreme Lord. And second is, in his endeavors, he sees the hand of Paramatma. Sometimes it happens when we preach to somebody and then the preaching session gets over, meeting gets over. Then after coming back to temple or going somewhere, we reflect upon, oh, I could have said this, I could have said that. And if I had said this, it would have been effective. So it is in Paramatma's hands. When we sincerely try to serve, then it's in Paramatma's hands. What we speak, what we don't speak. So to get more blessings of Paramatma, I should surrender more. Means if I am, after meeting is over, after preaching session is over, I am recalling, oh, I could have spoken all these things. Matta smritar. Krishna is giving smriti, that there are so many things. Then why Krishna didn't give us a remembrance at that time? Right? So we need more surrender to Lord. So that Lord gives us that remembrance and we do better. So it's not about us attaining success or failure, it's about our surrender or dependence on Paramatma. Right? That Lord, you are the one who is going to make me speak. How Prabhupada writes in Jalduta Diary, exactly the same thing. That I am going to a place where everybody is, thorough in, engrossed in Rajogun, Tamogun. Right? So, Prabhupada is not making a strategy in that Jalduta Diary that this is how I am going to preach. Prabhupada is making a prayer to the Lord that however you make me dance, I am a puppet in your hands. So you have to make me preach. You have to make me speak in a way that they get convinced. This is the dependence on the Supreme Lord in the heart, on the Paramatma. So mind has to be intent on Krishna, not on our idea of success or failure. And then without desire for gain. Again, our gain is only one. I am doing my duty sincerely or not, as authorized, as assigned. This is our parameter of success or failure. Yes, I was given this duty and I put in my best in that duty. This is our parameter of success and failure. That's all. Right? Result to Krishna controls. And sometimes it will happen. Right? Sometimes it will happen that will put in so much endeavor, nothing will happen to that person. Isn't it? Like there was one person in Bangalore, one of our senior devotees used to preach him. Every week, every 10 days, 15 days, that Prabhu will go to that person's office. And he will give khaja or some prasadam every week or every visit. And like that, 1.5 years, he went on giving him khaja. Then the Prabhu got transferred to another center. Okay. Then when one devotee gets transferred to another center, his contacts are distributed to other devotees. One young devotee came. He said, okay, let me go. Some industrial area, we'll find it. He went and he pulled out khaja. And that person pulled out a check. One Swami just took him 1.5 years, he has fed me khaja. Now I feel obliged. So somebody has hit him 1.5 years, another person on his first visit. I remember that Swami. So every time the khaja was given, isn't it? Bhunshte te togam papai pachanti atmakaranath, and what is the first line? Yagnashishta ashanasanto muchyante sarvakilpi. So many sins are getting removed from his heart. 1.5 years, his sins were removed. Then some Sukriti came to him, some good this thing came to him, that he has become sinless enough to serve the Lord. And somebody else goes and immediately gets the check and announces, see, I have got this check. So who has planted the seed, who has watered, nurtured so many years, and then somebody goes and finds a plucks a fruit and says, this is the fruit. So we cannot say that the first devotee failed. He prepared this person to bear the fruit. Somebody else has plucked, but all this 1.5 years effort was service to Krishna. Plucking the fruit and bringing in offering to Krishna was also service to Krishna. Everybody is doing service to Krishna only. So nobody is at failure. So this is how devotee is free from the attachment to gain or loss. Right? Every time he is eating khaja, he is coming one step closer to Krishna. He is coming one step further closer to Krishna. That is the success of the devotee who is feeding khaja. Right? That he has brought him to the doorsteps of Krishna, where he is willingly now wanting to do seva. I want to do seva to Krishna. This is what I can offer. Right? So every step is a success. So neha vikrama nashosti pratyavayana vidyate. Swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. Even little endeavor on this path, right, saves from the greatest danger. So even little endeavor, even though it may not appear to be the ultimate perfection of going to Goloka, but it has contributed to it. So there is no loss in devotional service. So devotee, he sees every second, every moment I have spent in Krishna service is a gain for me. Right? Avyartha kalatvam. So every moment I have spent in Krishna service, authorized and assigned service, it's a gain for me. It's a benefit for me. And is free from egoism and lethargy. Free from egoism. Devotee doesn't see himself as a doer. He sees himself as nimitta matra bhav savyasachi. I am an instrument, and however I am being engaged, I will get engaged. So devotee sees himself as an instrument. The moment devotee starts seeing himself as a doer, he gets attached to result. Oh, people are not listening to me. But why they should listen to you? Why they should listen to you? They have come from Goloka not to listen to you. They have come from Goloka to enjoy their life. Isn't it? You also came to Goloka to enjoy your life. 84 lakh species, at least 80 lakh species we have enjoyed the way we wanted to. Correct? In human life only 4 lakh are human life species. So in that also so many janmas we have enjoyed the way we wanted to. Now we have come to this understanding that we should surrender. So everybody has come to this life. Nobody has come to this world to live according to you. This one should understand, that they have not come to surrender to me. They have not come to live according to me. They have come to live according to their own way. and Paramatma is facilitating them. In that, my role is to pass on the message of the Supreme Lord and connect them back to Paramatma. Now Paramatma has to decide, no, his more material enjoyment and suffering is pending. Right? But like that, giving khaja, little by little, little by little, whatever we can give to them, we should give little by little. Right? And third chapter very interestingly says, one should not disturb them because they should not become averse. Just before this 30th verse we are reading, just before this, as the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results, similarly the learned may also act but without attachment. Right? So we should act without attachment for the sake of leading people on the right path. Let not the wise disrupt the minds of the ignorant. We should not disrupt the minds of the ignorant. Right? So it is duty of a preacher to preach in such a way that the opposite person, the opposite party is not disturbed. Right? Let not the wise disturb the minds of the ignorant who are attached to fruitive action. So we don't disturb their minds, but we should be also careful our minds don't get disturbed or disturbed that, oh, he is not listening. Now, very nicely, in 17th chapter, before we close, there is an instruction, 17th chapter, divisions of faith, there is an instruction that how one preaches. Of course, when a teacher speaks, he can speak the truth for the instruction of his students, but such a teacher should not speak to others who are not his students if he will agitate their minds. This is penance as far as talking is concerned. So it's a tapasya, right? Oh, he's not listening to me, I'll curse you. If you don't purchase this Gita, you'll go to hell. Oh, Swamiji, please give me 2-3 Gitas you give me. Right? So disrupting mind, this is not the way. Actually, sometimes we have seen such thing happening. So why don't you take Gita? Gita gentleman, why don't you take Gita? It's very nice. No, I don't want. I'm happy like that. Oh, you're not taking Gita, you'll go to hell. And like that, the devotee cursed. that person started shivering. Okay, give me 3-4 Gitas. I'll give to all my family members also. Of course, that is also his benefit that he has taken. But the way it has been presented, right? The way it has been presented, that is out of the devotee's ego, is harshness that my statement was not heard and I'm cursing you out of this. So nowhere in austerity of speech curse is mentioned. So devotee has to exercise that austerity of speech also. So seeing Paramatma in others' heart, at the same time doing their good, involves so many factors. The way you have to see the other person, the way you have to see Paramatma's hand in his journey, right? The way you have to see Paramatma's hand in our service, the duty we are performing. All these factors count, right? So this is how a devotee, he goes about seeing the presence of Paramatma and not practicing this for his own selfish motive, but also doing good to others as it is the service given by the Lord. It's a service. It's not that he takes the role of being the Masiha of everybody. No, he does it as a service assigned to me by the Lord. Right? So we'll stop here. Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.